everybody, today I'll be trying out the Dragon Sheep Hybrid Challenge. I'll only be doing one dragon today because I'm still trying to figure everything out with editing and stuff and timing. And I also don't want to make it too long considering this one took a while. So first things first, I'm deciding on whether it's a hybrid or not, which it is not. So that makes it a little bit easier, I guess. Still took a while. And this one I got to work with actually a sandwing, which is one of my favorite tribes, honestly. The next one is deciding whether it had accessories or not. I just put Ack because, well, I'm kind of lazy. And I didn't really feel like typing out the entire thing. To be fair, that's what quite a few people do. Now, deciding on what accessories. I chose to do 3, and if I get double, I honestly just pick another one. So, first one was a bracelet, or bracelets. I put multiple on this one. The next thing we got was also bracelets. So, meaning that I just had to spin it one more time than I normally would. The next one was the I can't remember, armbands and bracelets. They don't seem different, but they kind of are different to me because I'm pretty sure armbands are like stuff that goes like the upper part and a pouch. Differences I honestly just put for like albino, whether they're an animus or just like have extra like claws and stuff. You get the idea. Next things next, the personality. I spin this 3 times. So we have easily angered. Okay. That's not that bad. And then we got a goody two shoes. Okay. That's going to be kind of fun to work with, I guess. I also did an entire background with this, because why not? And they're annoying. It's an interesting combination. Now, the personality might not seem like a lot, but it actually does help me like a lot with like figuring out posing and how the expression is. I'm so sorry for how laggy this is and how it is, because this is not normally how I do my videos. The only reasons that actually like this is it's just horribly laggy. And I really don't want it to be laggy. It's because something went wrong with the screen recording. So I had to go off what I did for my first few videos and lengthen it up a little bit. So yeah, hopefully the next time I do this I can get a better grasp on it, because apparently there's this time where it just doesn't record anything. So so basically the screen recording went through basically halfway through the video, which I didn't necessarily want to do, so I honestly just stuck with this for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But anyway, I decided to name this character Jackal. I don't really know why. I just kind of got I don't know how to put it, proper and kind of a suck up to people who have a lot of money or gold or whatever, or just a family that has gold or whatever. I don't know. But honestly, for her backstory, I just kind of went with she was born around the castle area. She's kind of related to the royal family in a way, but not really. She's kind of on one of the more frowned upon sides. Honestly, she does have cousins and stuff because, well, her side of the family is just relatively big. And she She blames a lot of the Dragonettes for things that she actually did, and is kind of always trying to, like, get in front, like, get in the lead of everybody. She definitely doesn't like being, like, behind or following somebody else. She prefers, honestly, to be the leader type, and views herself that she would be possibly the best queen apart from her cousins. So you can see her, like, sucking up to her, like, her other part of the family that is actually royalty, like, trying to win over favorites so she can be queen, but really she's just a plain old pain in the butt. And would definitely just not work to be queen at all. She definitely takes a preference to ordering people around for some reason. I don't really know why, she just kind of does. She kind of pushes all the other dragons around and thinks that she should be on top all the time. And so you can imagine how she thought when she was being sent off to Jade Mountain Academy, where she said there were too many commoners and she didn't really want to hang out with them. Actually, she got really, like, mad and angry and kind of just locked herself in her room for a few days before actually going. She honestly just brought basically all of her jewelry with her because she didn't care, and stuck around all, like, the Sandwings and tried to kind of be the gang leader, I guess. And like, she found, like, a little area of rocks that she sat on top of that was, like, right in the sun, that was, like, smack dab in the middle of, like, a balcony area that she just claimed for the Sandwings for no reason at all, just because she thought that's just what anybody else would do. And also, she didn't really like hanging out with other dragon tribes. So yeah, she's pretty selfish, honestly. She definitely thinks higher of herself when it comes to other dragon tribes. She will probably, and has probably, gotten into many conflicts against, like, the other tribes at Jade Mountain Academy. So her parents had to come over and just, like, deal with it quite a few times and are getting rather annoyed. But she doesn't particularly care because, once again, she wants to be on top. She definitely, like, is against the idea of having pets. She thinks they're a waste of time and they're gross. Which is ironic, considering she's named after an animal. She doesn't exactly like animals to begin with. So, you can imagine how she felt when a bunch of dragons showed up at Jade Mountain Academy with her, with scavengers and sloths. She definitely didn't view Rainwings in a very nice way. She honestly was kind of like a bully to them. Until she actually finally meets a Rainwing who's pretty chill, honestly. Actually, it's Firefly, Queen Glory's kid. So she is just kind of, like, sitting there, just like, who the heck is this one? And then she finally figured out that was Firefly, Queen Glory, daughter of Queen Glory, after trying to pick a fight with her. She still didn't exactly view her in the best way, but eventually Firefly started pushing enough, and Jackal slowly grew soft towards her. So eventually they legitimately became best friends, considering friggin' Firefly decided to make best friend bracelets. And yes, if you are wondering, this is a time, like, after, like, the Great War and stuff, considering Jade Mountain Academy is there. She kind of got along with, like, Firefly's sassy yet sweet kind of vibe, considering she was relatively, I don't know how to put it, like selfish and like wanted to be on top. So she kind of got along. But yeah. So being friends with Firefly kind of opened Jackal up a lot more, and she was beginning to be a lot nicer to the other dragons. And she actually just didn't even bother with the other dragons at one point, and just didn't even like talk to them because she was gonna say something rude. Well, mainly Firefly. But eventually Firefly introduced her to the other friend group of like Tsunamis, Dragonette, and like Starflight's Dragonette. You know what I mean. But I would be saying the names of those Dragonettes, but the names have not been released yet, and I don't want to make any comments that would be, like, I don't know how to put it, like, not correct. I'm not sure. That's just how I viewed it. But yeah. So yeah, they all eventually became friends. And Jackal honestly just now hangs out with basically any tribe, and she kind of just gave up the balcony at one point. To a certain degree, the rock tower was still hers. Other than that, everybody else got the balcony. She did like still tend to be a bit of a show off when it came to like treasure and stuff. 'Cause, well, she wanted to very much put off that she was part of one of like the richer families in the dragon world. And just basically telling everybody not to mess with her or her friends. Or, like, as Jackal would put it, there would be consequences. Even though she was kind of lying on that one. She just wanted to scare the other dragons. Which the others didn't exactly agree to for the most part, but hey, it was better than her being rude. Okay, so there's an interesting thing about how I draw Sandwings. I don't draw their eyes completely pitch black. I do this weird little iris thing, then everything else is black. She has like a dusty green hint to them. But yeah. I don't know why, but when I draw Sandwings, I always tend to make their tails relatively like large for some reason. I'm not too sure why. But hey, it worked. There was probably a way more efficient way to add freckles, but I just didn't necessarily care. So yeah. I only gave her one pouch just because, well, I don't really know. And so yeah. She has like a bunch of like, this is kind of like before she went to Jade Mountain. So she's like hanging out in the desert somewhere. I don't really know exactly where. Probably outside the Scorpion Den or something. Just like slowly taunting the dragons in there for some unknown reason. But yeah. Other than that, the development of this character has gone really well, considering she used to be rude and snobby, and then eventually grew out of it and just became like a sassy, kind of rude-ish in a friendly way. But yeah. She still is kind of like a suck-up to all, like, the other dragons in, like, the castle area. But that's honestly just how I view it. I mean, she was going to get embeds, but Well, that's at least how I made her character. Her character was going to get embeds, but then she decided not to, considering she didn't exactly feel like experience that much pain for it. She also viewed it as a bit of a waste of time and energy, when she could honestly just like have like jewels around, just placed around her just as easily. Sorry, I seem to have caught like a bug or something, so I've been itching to cough quite a bit, but I'm fine. Actually, no, it's probably not a bug. It's honestly just allergies. But yeah. So other than that, she was pretty fun to draw overall, and an interesting character to make, considering I've never actually made like a snobby kind of character like her. So yeah, it's actually a first for me. So yeah, there she is, Jackal of the Sandwings. I hope you liked the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks!